and then it's finished product, and then sit down at the table eating it, and send that back to them answering the question. You guys could do that, you know, as well. In that box, put together something like, what did you learn from this, you know, or I don't know, just something fun. And then you guys could post little things like, you know, Joey said, and that could be on our Facebook page or something like that.
So the first box, safety posters?
Safety posters works.
What's your
Pumpkin
page?
carving stuff.
Pumpkin?
Yeah, it'll be trick-or-treating safety, or if you
Okay.
don't do trick-or-treating, it's gonna be, safety after dark. Or that's what Rhiannon said in the email. But she liked the poster idea.
Pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
That was one of hers too.
Well, I mean, this is the only month to do that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So if we were gonna give stuff away, give, you know, one of those little scoopy things.
Yes, you're right.
And then,
And then they
Yeah.
could, they could do a recipe on how to roast the seeds they just carved out. Or different seeds, one in a paper towel and here and there, and see if, you know. And those could just be extra things in there.
so that would be, 2 big things, and then they
Well,
can do a
one
smaller
coming
thing, and then probably carve out a chunk of time for what we're gonna be trying to do. And that might be enough for the meeting.
Yeah.
The first meeting.
Corinne, we're not talking about Booster Club yet. We're still doing the team meeting, so you're not missing anything. Okay,
Those are just suggestions.
we'll go with that. And, do we wanna do a giveaway of some sort?
Sure.
Always a fun.
I agree. Okay, I'll find something awesome that we're gonna give away, if they attend. And then y'all be thinking, you wanna do the polar challenge, the polar plunge, is that what
I
y'all
will be
decided?
willing to do that.
I think Andrew decided that for you all.
I'm rednecker enough to do that. I would do that without someone challenging me for 4-H, okay?
I'm thinking that.
Did you fill out
Well,
application?
that's national forest.
Oh, I haven't seen a challenger.
Okay.
Well, that was another thing I
And
wanted
that's
to
what-
talk to
yeah.
y'all about tonight was, and I didn't even mention National 4-H.
Yeah, it's.
We might meet on the Zoom.
That's TLC.
Hey Lee, I like this guy.
All to the conference room, please.
Hi, sorry, I'm just walking around outside. I'm in the chair.
Oh, hi, Tammy.
I know you're not on, but you're on.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Drew boy.
No, I totally forgot. Ah, I see. And then you just say this, yeah. Yeah. You guys talk about ideas of what you would like me to buy. You can search online, whatever.
Which is when we can still talk about it, but it's kind of, we were gonna talk to paper about what we can do.
Probably too far
Again,
to it, yeah.
I'm still paper unless, because it's October, it's the home month.
Well, it's just that week, National 4-H Week. Here, you guys go talk about that in there. You're just president, you.
Hey Tammy, did you get my email about needing a picture of you?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Exactly. Oh, for sure. What? You talking to me?
No, not you.
I know. I'm sorry, Oh, perfect. Thank you. You can't sit in that area though,
What do you want me to, where do you want me to?
because the camera doesn't.
They don't need to see me, they just need to hear me.
Okay.
The only reason they're logging in is to see you.
Do you all need to see me?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Are you gonna talk to him? Are you gonna say hi to him?
Boosters. He was on that.
Who did he call? Somebody was, we're outside. I think it was their own, but
How are my
they sit there quiet.
Yay. Yeah, we're finished. Where's our
They're in the
conference room?
conference room, they're talking National 4-H week now.
You two been out partying while they were meeting? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply.
Party Central.
I need to go there, so.
That's worse. Huh?
You want me to text Lucy to have them come get the food?
Oh,
I guess
sorry.
you
We
can
got
text
canceled
them
this
in,
year,
yeah.
so we're not doing it.
Yeah, I forgot. They have those too, don't they?
They got canceled last year and they got canceled for the next year.
Bernita, do I have any money?
Nope.
Not yet. I'm
I
gonna,
wanted to talk to you guys about some
we'll do it tomorrow night.
fundraising.
The registration?
things too.
It's just 16.
And that's assuming money's the same this year.
It's not.
It's not.
Also this, I don't know if you saw this sticky note. So this is how much you guys have in your,
Yeah, the scholarship. fund.
yes.
And we have.
I didn't send it
We're
that long.
expecting to spend about.
Oh, okay. We have to pay Shardy, and then Hunter's already in college, so he has to go through a semester of college, so I'm gonna pay Shardy. So you guys, and that has to stay.
It's been wild.
It's not going your account.
Right.
So
Today's just been a little
I know.
hectic and stressful for me.
How does Hunter met?
Well, we started Hunter on a new seizure medicine, and he started
So
it
that is just for
Sunday,
money that you.
along with the seizure medicine he's on. We're trying to kind of get him built up on one, so he can take get him off the other. And eventually I started showing signs of an allergic reaction. Today he's got 5 small ovaries, and he's seeing double vision, and then he can't keep his balance.
Great.
I mean, it's just
So-
kind of over.
Still storming.
And this,
Yes.
and so you already.
But he's 18, and so I'm about ready to find somebody else.
You almost have hundreds.
I'm not pressing with her. Now, there's a lady that's in our office that is a nurse practitioner.
Yes, next year.
And in the last 2 months, we have seen her.
Well, she's.
I have emergency meds that no one's ever explained to me before, but her. Yes. She sent me a seizure emergency plan for the school that no one's ever said anything to me about.
But I don't know what.
That she drew it up to give to the school.
Once it was dried
And
out.
she's the one that finally told me that Hunter's levels are not what they need to be.
Part of the hay.
And he's the one that encouraged to try new medicine.
So, yeah.
Because his metabolism works overtime, and so his levels are only at like an 8 or an 11, and they want it between a 14 and an 18. So that's why he's having breakthrough seizures.
Wow.
So just count a few things, officer elections, the boxes, and then I've got a fundraiser idea. We don't have to touch on that this month if we don't want to, but break it on time. Well, let's get the liquor stuff.
Worry about that later.
I agree.
I mean, I just saw this nice.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Who's my secretary at the moment? Okay, good. By chance, do you have any minutes to present from the last one? It's been forever, so I don't know if you did.
And
I
if she
mean,
did,
I
she would have
didn't
emailed them to
send
me.
anything. I mean, our last one was technically a Zoom and I didn't do
Yeah.
anything after that. I had them, but they're like all for chicken scratch.
Well, and I don't think that there was really anything pressing that we voted on with that one, so I don't necessarily think that it was just all that pressing. I mean, we were at a standstill, we didn't know what we were doing, you know?
Yeah,
It was a funny year.
Talking about and upcoming camps and banquets.
Yes. Yeah. And we spent no money on banquet. And we didn't go to camp. So.
I'm gonna move this closer to you so we can hear more people back that way. No, I'm not gonna move it closer to you.
Can you make a motion?
Okay.
Yeah, well, especially when you're talking, the mic's supposed to.
Hey, sorry, I forgot. I remembered and then I forgot. Oh.
We're good. We're just now starting. We haven't done anything.
I haven't seen that lady in person.
I know. Wave to the camera, everybody on there.
I saw her at Spencer's.
Perfect. Okay, so we're doing both. And we're probably going to see a lot of this year. But hey, we haven't had this many people in a meeting in a while, so I'm excited. Thank you for being on Zoom and thank you for being here in person. I really don't have much of an agenda tonight. We're gonna kind of figure out what the rest of the year has been. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of this year. So we're gonna throw out some ideas. We had a leader meeting on Saturday where we brought up a meeting in a box. Some of you were there, some of you were not, so I'm not sure exactly what everybody can do with their meetings, and we might just go around from leader to leader so everybody can kind of be on the same page to which group might be doing what. So I tell you what, we're going to go around the room. I'm going to start with our virtual people. If you can introduce yourselves, tell us if you're a leader or a volunteer, and then tell us if your meeting is able to meet at your location, or what you're kind of thinking about possibly doing for your meetings. Just kind of curious as to what everybody's doing. So Rayanne, you're big on the screen right now, so I'm gonna let you start.
Lovely. Okay, well, I was hoping to do box in a meeting, maybe with a big kickoff. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to meet in person at school because school is kind of a no on that. Probably move our meeting time from after school to the evening this year, just because it's really nerve-wracking to have a bunch of kids without enough adults. So hoping to do meeting in a box with maybe a county kickoff each month where we meet as a county and hand out boxes outside, do it outside and maybe make a theme. So that was my thoughts.
Okay, thank you. Tammy, we're gonna move to you.
I'm Tammy Elliott, Newcastle, and Red Dirt Rabbit Club. We can't hold meetings at the library this year or right now, so we're gonna do virtual and see how that goes.
Thank you. Lee, you're next.
Sorry, I had to unmute. My name is Lee Gwen. I am a new leader helping Corinne Smith in Purcell. That's Lily. She's my 4-H'er. So yeah, we've talked about, we had our first meeting was just last week. There's Maggie, was last week, and we went fishing, and Corinne had the game warden come, and so we were able to do it outside. And so we've talked about, as long as it's nice, that we would still want to do some outdoor meetings if possible. But after that, we were kind of unsure on what we would do once it got cold enough that we couldn't meet outside anymore. So
perfect. Corinne, your turn.
What? A clan?
Oh, now Connor's talking to you.
I'm Corinne Smith with Purcell. Pretty much what Lee said. We talked about, we did the meeting with the warden and tried to kind of have everybody social distance. We wore masks, some people did not. But yeah, we talked about maybe doing one more meeting in October outside if we can. And then if it gets cold in November and December, maybe look at, I like the meeting in a box idea. We were just gonna try and meet as much as we could outside before switching to that. So that's what everybody does.
Perfect. Thank you. Sharon, let's move to you. Sharon Moore from Wayne. I'd like to have one live meeting in October. Live meeting, that sounds horrible. One meeting probably in October with everyone there, and then do something. I like the idea of a meeting in a box and do things somewhat virtually. But we have a couple of outdoor activities planned for our October and December, so that'll work better for us.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to share those a little later if you know what they are yet. Okay,
I
next
want to
table.
hear about robotics. Sorry. What y'all are trying to do.
So Janet Triplett, robotics, we cannot meet anywhere. Pioneer will not let us meet there, the library will not let us meet there, the bank will not let us meet there. And then even if we did meet in person, we only have 3 robots and 3 tablets. So everybody's touching every robot, everybody's touching every tablet. There's no way to sanitize in between. So the only way that we can do anything is if we can come up with some kind of virtual packets to hand out to people that want to meet and do like a Zoom thing and everybody like build something at home or something. But other than that, there's nothing.
I have some ideas if I can talk to you
Okay.
and Little Man.
Okay.
And you guys are always allowed to meet here and able, I mean, if we have a big enough building. I know you don't want to
That is
come
not an
down here.
option.
I know.
I mean, for
but
me,
you
that is
are
not an
gonna- I
option.
mean, I will be honest, you will have some new kids of interest if you come down here. I know that's
But I'm
not
also gonna
ideal.
lose.
I know that's not ideal,
It's kind of
but,
irritating.
and I will offer that to everybody. If anyone does want to meet here for anything, we've got a big enough space to spread it out. So that's always offered, but sorry, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody, I called everywhere and nobody lets me, and then you have the whole, everybody touching every robot.
I know.
Then they have to be on top of each other to even do anything with them, to try to
Mhm.
build, and even with masks on.
So do we get the key? Is it we check out a key or something, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got an automated door back here that we put in, I don't know, months ago, that, it's just a little card key that you scan up against the thing and it unlocks the door, so, yes, Purcell uses it all the time. Corinne's she knows about it.
Miss Jennifer.
Yeah.
Jennifer Osborne. I do whatever Tammy tells me to do.
Good.
Kim Nicotine from Newcastle and Red Dirt Rabbit Club. Tammy, I missed the quizzes.
Did you hear that, Tammy? She misses the quizzes for Red Dirt.
Get more people to participate. If more people would participate.
It's too late.
Okay, back in the back.
My name's Leon, this is Vernita, and we shoot things. We're shooting things now, every Tuesday night. Right now, we're just doing archery until we get past the state archery meet. The state archery meet is just going to be seniors, but it's technically only a senior shoot in the fall anyway. It was a fun shoot for the juniors. So it's a national qualifier, same day as the pumpkin fair. After that, we'll go back to our alternating schedule of archery one week, and I keep wanting to say artillery. Air rifle, the next one. We look a little different because we have to spread out more so that we can take masks off and do different things like that. But it's working. It's working. It's a big barn.
Good deal. Well, I'm just excited that you guys are sitting with us right now. I feel up the truth. So I'm so glad that you're walking and talking.
Me too.
And most of you know, I'm Leah Paxton. I almost said host. That's odd. And I help Ray Ann with the Blanchard Club, and I help Tammy with the Rabbit Club. And yes, like they said, we don't have a place to meet. So, okay, it kind of sounds like we're all kind of on the same page, unless we want to move here. And I know this is always an option, but I just don't see at 3:30 my kids trying to get up here either. So, all right. So, okay, so we had brainstormed a little bit. Rayanne kind of came up with the thought of doing the meeting in a box. And I know she kind of threw it out there to some other people wanting to kind of get some ideas if that might work or not. Absolutely love the fishing idea that Corinne had. went back and was telling Rayanne, we gotta find us a pond or something, because yes, we could definitely do that in October, and I think that could possibly be fun. They'll even maybe do the box theme, and I think the kids were talking earlier, the older our county teens, possibly going ahead and doing one for October with the pumpkin theme, and doing a trick or treat poster in that, and a safety poster. I wasn't here for all of that, so I'll let Kim or Alex talk about that a little bit more later. And then I know Alex had some information or has a kit in regards to water. It has some water activities that we may do in November in a box. And she had talked to that with the kids. The kids are throwing out ideas right now as far as the county officers to how to put together a meeting that we could do Zoom wise. I mean, they even got even technical about having breakout sessions and things. And I'm thinking, oh, wow. I was just thinking that we get up there and kind of show them how to do the activities in the box, not do the activities in the box. So they did a fabulous job. And, you know, if I really thought about it, man, we could really take this off. You know, they did come up with some other thoughts as far as
Challenges.
having challenges, that they'll give the kids a challenge for the month, and the following month they would, and just to let you know, Andrew has already decided that he is going to do a polar challenge. So they can come up with a challenge for November, and then in December, we're gonna get to throw him in a lake or throw a bucket of water on him. I don't know, in December. So they'll come up with that challenge. I think they're gonna have a freebie that they can earn in October. So just, they're coming up with some thoughts and some ideas there. So
We came up with a date, and we came up with distribution of these boxes.
okay. So I'm gonna turn it over to Alex.
Well, you can talk about it. You're closer if you want.
Well, if he does it better. Yeah, you know more of the details.
I'll come up there so I can hear you. Okay. So bringing this up with the officers, and know that you guys don't all have to participate in this. If you want to hold your own little meeting wherever you want, this can just be a bonus if your kids want to join in. It's just a Zoom link, you know, you just need a computer or a phone to get on. But the officers have kind of came up with, they want to have all the box ready to distribute on Pumpkin Fair, which is Saturday, October 3rd. You can pick it up that day, or if that doesn't work for you, you can come pick it up from the extension office that Monday, the following Monday. But we have kind of decided that Monday, October 5th is when they want to do their first one, and from 6:30 to 7:30 on a Zoom. And they kind of wanted to stick with the first Monday of every month for this meeting. So it's kind of repetitive, and everyone knows the first Monday is going to be this countywide 4-H meeting. And they've had some different ideas when it comes to breakout rooms and this and that. So I think our first one, we're going to have 3 different breakout sessions, and they rotate every 15 minutes. And they're going to do the safety poster on trick-or-treating, or if you don't celebrate trick-or-treating, maybe outdoor safety at nighttime that they can come up with. I have tons of poster boards, so that's going to be a part of the box. It might not be in the box because I don't want to bend it for people, but that's going to be part of the box. And whatever else you want to go on that, that's kind of up to you to bring to the meeting, markers, crayons, whatever. If I can get a hold of some that I can distribute in every box, I might, but that's not a guarantee.
Walmart had them pretty cheap, crayons. I think they were like 18 cents a box.
Yeah, so I can maybe find some crayons that are super cheap that we can throw in everyone's box. And we also came up with, what was the other idea?
Carving a pumpkin.
Carving a pumpkin. So everyone's responsible of getting their own pumpkin, but hopefully I can find enough of the little tools that they need in a kit, and I can put a little toolkit in everyone's box for them. And then I can distribute out in the boxes some patterns that they can put on a pumpkin. I might put 3 different patterns in each box. They can choose what they want. We can kind of go over that in the breakout session. And then since they already have the pumpkin and you have to take all the seeds out of the pumpkin, we were going to talk in the last rotation, we were going to talk about how you can wash the seeds and roast them, and how you can also plant the seeds and have your own pumpkin plant to grow. Correct? That's what we talked about. Yeah. So this is going to be officer ran. When it comes to the breakout sessions, they also want to do a business meeting, a 15-minute business meeting in the beginning, kind of talking of what counties are doing, maybe talking about what their individual clubs are doing since it is countywide. And we also wanted to do it October 5th because that is National 4-H Week. And we kind of wanted to kick it off with that and run from there. This year they have a theme for National 4-H Week. It's called Opportunity for All. So if you didn't get this National 4-H Week thing, I've got them in the back. It's this little paper that we talked about on Saturday. We did amazing last year for National 4-H Week. We're actually featured in this 3 times out of everyone else in the whole state of Oklahoma. So I'd like to keep running with that. So we are going to have a proclamation. I'm going to have Lucy and Hunter, my president of the county, and then the president of the state of 4-H, to kind of go with me to a commissioners meeting and sign a proclamation that we can distribute out into the newspapers. And that kind of kicks it all off. And then I was hoping to get some ideas of maybe a challenge we can do that week that's kind of in the realm of opportunity for all. And then on October 7th, it's National 4-H Spirit Day, and this is for the whole state of Oklahoma, and I think it's nationally. And so they want you to wear your favorite 4-H t-shirt, represent 4-H, and this is your day to go all green is what they are telling us. So,
And Hunter did receive a small grant, so he's wanting to purchase these masks and put those in everybody's box so they will have them for National 4-H Week.
yes. So I'm also thinking in that box, since we are kicking off National 4-H Week, I'm going to put some 4-H swag in there. I know the officers came up with, we're going to have a couple big prizes to give away on that huge Zoom meeting every month, I'm hoping. So we're going to pick somebody at random. Either they're going to get a little golden ticket in their box, and so when they open it up, there's a ticket in there or something to that effect. So there are going to be pretty big prizes that we give away. So please keep National 4-H Week on your radar. In this little brochure, there's all hashtags that they want you to use. There's a couple different ways that they're asking for you to do social media stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. I was going to talk to the officers about PSAs, but we didn't get an opportunity to talk about that for the radio. So just be thinking about how you guys want to promote National 4-H Week. We're trying to kick it off with a big, huge countywide meeting, signing of the proclamation, and whatever else you guys want to do. But it is opportunity for all. So
That's their theme, opportunity for all.
So that's
So is each leader going to get a box? No, each family.
each family is going to get a box. Yes, I'm going to be putting all these boxes together. So,
Is this a box they turn back in then?
no, they keep it.
It's
So everything that they're, I mean, if you want to keep them and turn it back in, that's great. I don't have to buy boxes every single month, but it's going to have everything in it that we're doing that month for the activity or what, you know. So if we don't get to all of it, you know, they keep it, they do it. We're going to record the session, so we'll put it on our YouTube page. So if you weren't able to come to the meeting, it's on the YouTube session. You can still follow along and do it. And we can even go as far as divvying up months. So like Wayne is not in charge, but you know, they come up with a theme for May or something. You know, we can even go as far as that if you guys are all on board with it.
So if you're only gonna do one box per family,
Mhm.
is everybody gonna have to like call the extension office and say, hey, we're gonna do it this month? So if you have a family that has 3, you're gonna have enough supplies for 3 kids?
I don't know
or
that we
supplies for one?
have talked about logistics in that sort of way.
Well, and the box may not have everything that they're gonna need to do that, but,
Crayons were a good example.
Yeah.
Most people have a crayon.
yeah.
Right.
Some of them too.
Rope later.
Or
Right.
is it one box
Put
per
a
kid?
mask in the first one, and you
Yeah,
have like
that's true.
3 kids.
I mean, and we can go as far as one box per kid. I can
We
make
should.
60 or 70 boxes, and when they're all gone, hey, here's the list. You can go purchase it, or you can do it, and you can still participate. I mean,
Just.
I don't
for the
think we're gonna get
first time.
70 people, but we can, and I can throw a Google form together and send that out. And if you're, willing and interested in it, then you just fill out the form and you say, hey, I can send, 6 boxes home with Sharon, and she can have a distribution there in Wayne, and then, I can send them with you or Tammy or Jennifer, or one of you guys, and have a distribution in Newcastle. So we can do it that way as well. However, you guys want to roll with that, but
It might be, this is just a thought too, if leaders wouldn't mind just contacting the kids that are on their list and just seeing, hey, if you do this, would you want to participate? This is kind of where we're going with the meetings for right now. Would you like a box? It's free, no charge, it's to you. And then, turn those numbers into Alex. I don't mind calling our kids saying, or sending out an email saying.
and I can put a Google form together, and it can say, you can choose, what location you want to pick it up at, if you want to do it, how many boxes you would need if you have 4 kids. Like the Spurlock kids are a great example. So yeah, I don't know that we thought logistically in that, which is why we brought it up to you guys tonight. So, but if that's something you guys are willing to want to do and have like a little drop off point or something, what do you guys think on the Zooms? I'm not trying to exclude you guys. You guys can pop in and out, say things, whatever you want. Rayanne says thumbs up. So, and if you guys are interested, I mean, the kids are gung ho about it. They're nervous out the first one because they're like, well, they're not going to have their cameras on, or they're not going to be on or something. So, and I know they're not going to, you guys and the kids aren't going to be available every single month to do every single little thing. So, if it wants to be hosted by Wayne one month, and, give her kids an opportunity to teach, I can see the Howard kids, jumping in there maybe and doing a thing with cats or whatever they do, and then one time having the Haxtons, Haley and Annabelle can do something, if that's as far as we want to go with it. I mean, we can take this and super run, or we don't have to. We can let the officers handle it and us handle it, or whatever. So.
For February, because it's Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
not day, but.
Yeah.
So I was sort of thinking about doing a healthy living, for your heart emphasis. That bicycle thing where you can make
The blender, the blender bike.
I just did with that, like get your heart rate up. And
Oh, yeah.
Do the whole.
Make a smoothie, a healthy snack.
So is that something we can get, like, is it portable? I don't even know, is it like big or?
I mean, it's like a stationary bike. Yeah, it looks,
Oh, okay.
so you're gonna have to have like a big van to carry it around, or a truck or something, yeah. But you're more than, as long as you let me know, I can get it for you. Yeah, that's no problem. And we can have up to 50 kids in a certain area. So if we wanted to do, try February having like a county-wide meeting, either here or somewhere, I can get 2 or 3 blender bikes. I mean, they're floating around the state. So, if that's something we wanted to do, or if Sharon just wanted to do that on her own with the Wayne people, I can get it for you. So, yeah, that's always an option. We already know what we're doing for November. We're doing a water thing. It's the Ag Innovators. And so I have to teach so many teams. We all got a grant for it. So we're doing water stuff. But anything
So how
else?
do these breakout sessions work? I'm sorry.
So,
we are in, I come get my boxes,
mhm,
distribute them to my
mhm,
members,
mhm.
then October.
October 5th.
Whatever. Okay, so there's a Zoom.
Yes, you get on the link and then, I'll be the host of it. And so we'll all get together and we'll have, a big, business meeting. The kids can do the ritual and the pledges and all that stuff. And then, from there, I have a few buttons I have to push, but it sends everyone to a breakout room. If I, within that 15 minutes that they're all doing their little spiel or not, I can sit there and I can put them all into breakout rooms. And then it's a click of a button and then you go to a
So
room.
they're kind of like doing center.
Yes,
Without
yes,
actually.
yes.
Without any place.
Yes, exactly. So that's what a breakout room is, yes. So I can assign, Andrew can be breakout room 1, Gracie is 2, Hunter is 3, and then Lucy is 4, and then Wyatt is 5. And so then, and I can end breakout rooms to where everyone comes back and then I can send everyone out again. And so I can send them out in their same groups. It's just, I can switch, Hunter to 1 and Andrew to 4, things like that. And so, and then the host can pop in and out. So I can pop in and out of everyone's little meeting. So it's a meeting within a meeting, if that makes sense.
So then you're gonna kind of mix the kids up
Yes.
amongst the county.
Yes. Yes. If that's what you want to do. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Then you don't have like 400 people trying to talk at once on one Zoom
Right.
because it doesn't work.
Now, the kids even had brought up the idea that within this county meeting, if we wanted to do breakout sessions, so Blanchard kids could go to a Blanchard meeting, Newcastle kid could go to a Newcastle meeting, we could still do that at times if there was business that needed to be done within just our clubs. So I thought, wow, I hadn't even thought that far. And they came up with that one. So that was another thought and an idea that they had too, that later on, if we need to do that, we can definitely do that as well.
Yeah. So we were thinking the first Monday of every month for now. It's usually the first Monday. It doesn't fall on any holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or anything like that.
So I think that's going to kind of be our game plan right now. October, we're going to kind of get those boxes because that's only a couple of weeks away if we want to have them ready and distributed for our Pumpkin Fest or whatever that thing's called.
Pumpkin Fair.
Our Pumpkin Fair. But we will have those ready to pick up then, and then if we need to, as leaders, need to pick up any to distribute later, that first meeting then will be that Monday the 5th.
Pumpkin Fair is Saturday. The form is out if you guys want to register for it.
Are we doing food? There's no food. Is there food?
You can enter food, but we're not feeding it to anyone. No,
Gotcha.
we're not eating it. And also I'm going to throw this out there. The form for leadership conference, which is usually YAC. Now it's TLC, Teen Leadership Conference. It's one day and it's on the 15th. So that's out there for the older ones if they want to sign up as well. And I have to have that by the 24th. So we're trying to figure out who's holding it.
Free.
It is free. And we are going to have it virtual and a watch party. So we're going to get county groups together. There's going to be 5 county groups within the whole district that get together. So we're possibly, I think it's going to be at Cleveland County. So is where. Huh?
It's an all-day thing.
Mm-hmm. 9 to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's.
And I don't know how schools fall breaks fall this year. I don't know.
So, I don't think it's homecoming, but it's
on a Thursday, yeah. So it's from 9 a.m. to 3. You go to your little hub. So it's going to be Oklahoma County, McLean County, Cleveland County. I think Pottawatomie County is going to be there. So, and we're trying to figure out how many people we have registered before we decide on what hubs, because there could be other, if there's over 50 people at one hub, we might have to split it. Oh, Corinne, you're raising your hand. What's up?
I just had a question back on Pumpkin Fair. So
Yeah,
you
of
don't
course.
have kids that are eating stuff. So like if we're bringing muffins or cookies, whereas we would have brought the whole container before, should we probably just bring 3
Probably, yes. Yeah, we're not doing the whole buffet style this year.
So just
Yeah,
bring it to
unfortunately.
And then keep the rest
Yes.
at home.
Yes, I would suggest that. If you're gonna make a pie and you don't want to waste all that, make a like a little mini pie. Some people did that for fairs, so yes.
Yeah, kind of like a fair entry.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
usually 3 at a time on a plate or something.
Yes.
Cookies.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd go for that. And I'm leaving it up to the judge at their discretion if they want to taste. If not, they're gonna go off smell the bake, or they're gonna break it open, look in the inside, if it's cooked, if it's not cooked, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna leave it to the discretion of the judge if they want to taste it or not. So yes, that's how that's going.
We don't know.
We should be done by 6 in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Here.
And what time is first start?
3 to 5.
Could we be done earlier? We could.
We don't know, they're breaking them up into 3 groups and rotating, but there's always a certain data that they shoot
Okay,
more
so
distances that.
They're talking about the archery thing.
So we don't know, yeah, we're kind of like,
It'll either take the same length of time it always does, or it'll run a little bit faster. It should be later, which I know that's not what
oh yeah.
we were talking about taking putting our pumpkin chunker in a pickup or on a trailer, dragging it all the way up to Stillwater. If it runs late, we're throwing it on the archery field. If it runs early.
And they're gonna
we'll
film it,
have
and we're
it
gonna just go with it.
Yeah.
Pumpkins getting
Yeah,
chunked.
back in time, we'll have them here, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about pumpkins.
That's great.
Yeah, they're sitting there ready to fling.
Has Heath and Andrew and Gracie all tried to work on theirs yet since last year?
We knew we were gonna be at archery, so.
I thought about a mini pumpkin chunker. Lucy's got one in the attic, but it has so many pumpkins.
It could be like a clover pumpkin.
So yes, we're still doing pumpkin junkin. If anybody wants to make a trebuchet, did I say that right? Okay.
Contact Leon if they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon's the trebuchet builder. I mean, they flung that thing
Yeah.
across the parking lot. Hunter's goes backwards, Hunter and White's goes backwards, and then Andrews and Gracie's go straight down.
They shot out into
So.
the people at home.
Valid efforts, though.
Hey, it was all fun.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the little video of the girl who chunks a pumpkin and it comes back and hits her in the face?
Oh, gosh.
So after seeing that, that's all I can envision now is the pumpkins coming back and smacking them in the face. I didn't think it was a watermelon, but still. Okay, so,
Does anybody have any questions about the boxes, the meetings, anything? Is there anyone that does not want to participate in that?
What are you assembling boxes?
Oh, probably
When
the
she
week
gets the
of.
thing
Yeah,
in.
when I get everything in, yeah.
Call her, 'cause, you know.
Okay. Okay, you think 50 boxes for this first one is good, or do we need more? What is y'all's consensus in this?
what's the enrollment now?
Oh, I haven't looked. It's up right now because we just had county fair, so
Yeah.
everyone has, that showed. Granted, there wasn't very many showers, but
So like is Purcell 4-H the only ones that have met so
Mhm.
far?
Yep.
So like how many kids do you
Troy's
have
not here
show
tonight.
up?
Hey, Corinne, how many kids did you have fishing?
We had 9 kids, which for us, that was pretty good.
perfect.
And then if Lucy had been there, that'd have been 10. So,
Okay.
and I think the Bursons were new and they'll be back again. They really liked it. The other families were a couple from last year. So I think everybody should be back again.
If we make these boxes such that even if we have 70 boxes for 50 kids, that whatever is in those extra 20 boxes will go away.
You're exactly right. I mean, we could always hand them out to the kids later on, other kids later on for them to do on their own too. So,
Yeah. And like I said, we can distribute them to whoever's interested, and then they can watch the recording on, whatever we do. Or if it's not a good recording, me or the kids can make a little video and post it. I mean, it's not that crazy to do anymore, but
I mean, I know just on my list, there's gonna be a handful, if they're only on that list so they could show, you know, I've never seen them before. That's all they do is show,
Yeah.
so,
And I think that's on everyone's list. I
Yeah,
don't think it's
so-
just.
I mean, not that I want to exclude them or anything, but I know that they're not gonna come to me and get a box form for it. So.
We're gonna see how this first one rolls out, and then we'll make, we've got another booster club meeting after that, so we can kind of see how it went, make some adjustments, whatever we need to do. So.
That'll be great. So at the next one, bring your ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next thing. And it is time, since we did not do this before, we all kind of got quarantined to our homes for a long period of time, is we need to elect county officers for our booster club. So let's see. What all do we got? President, vice, secretary, treasurer?
Yep.
Is it just 4?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so there's president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. I'm currently president. Melissa Spurlock is vice president. Janet is secretary. And then we kind of have the combo thing of treasurers back there. I'm not sure which one actually holds the title, but it's the Wilsons. So I'm going to open it up for any nominations, and let's do president first.
I will tell you that Melissa Spurlock is moving, so we will not have them in our county anymore, so Melissa Spurlock is out.
Okay. So those on Zoom, unmute yourselves.
Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Any nominations?
Any nominations?
I think one of our people just passed out.
Lee, are you okay? Tammy, if you don't unmute, you're getting it. We'll elect you. He's like, no.
Not on mute. Don't elect me.
Yeah, we unmuted real quick.
What do you want, Brian? We already elected you, sorry.
Come on, Rayanne, you've been out of the spotlight since you moved and came back.
Yeah. But I'm president of something else, so it makes me ineligible.
When?
I think Debbie better calm down and went to the bathroom.
We can nominate for Leah to stay in her position too, I guess.
I think we're all signed.
Is there anybody that wants to be president?
Yeah.
Leah Axton.
You only have to do like half a year.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in it for a couple of years.
Yes,
I don't mind doing it, but I don't mind giving it up and sharing the love either, so.
All in favor for Leah, say aye.
Hi.
Leah is
Opposed, same
definitely.
sign.
Okay, Leah has been outvoted.
Okay, so we need to have one for vice president for sure. So we will move on to vice president. Melissa will not be with us.
If Leah can't make the meeting, then you're in charge.
Okay, so we have a nomination right now for Jennifer Osborne. Anybody else? Okay, I can't make motions up here. So,
I make a motion that Jennifer Osborne serve as VP.
okay, so there has been a motion made that Jennifer Osborne is to be vice president. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right.
Everybody stay away from her.
So secretary now.
Secretary.
We're also fine.
I know.
Janet's really good at it.
Gina, awesome job.
Knows
She really is good because
everything.
I get them like promptly. She is very good, I have to say.
I already wrote her name down, so.
Okay. Somebody needs to make a motion.
I make a motion
keep
that we elect Janet Triplett as secretary.
Or do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Perfect. All those in favor for Janet to stay as secretary?
Aye.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So Jennifer made the motion. And now treasurer.
Okay, now treasurer. Anybody want to count money and be responsible for that?
I nominate the Wilsons.
I second that.
No longer here.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay. So we have our officers.
Perfect. Speaking of that, would you like to give your treasurer's report?
We can do it.
I see
Hold on.
Rylan.
All right, just talk about money for a moment. In our 4-H scholarship account, we have $912.59.
Wait, hold on.
We're good.
We're good? You sure? Okay.
Oh, I can give you all of that.
Okay, that being said, that scholarship, Rayanne, you're gonna love this. That scholarship account is the interest that we earned from our endowment, $912. Woohoo!
Which we also need to pay out Shardy, so I need her to send me her transcripts. So we can that.
I'll get her to do it.
Come, good.
All right.
Didn't we just hold that money in there, like?
Well, we hit that 25,000 and once that, it accrued, that 25,000 accrued interest.
Boom.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's all your interest.
That was like, didn't we just meet the 25,000?
That was last fall,
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Well, it's been earning interest all along. It's just they haven't been able to pay out interest till we
Oh,
hit
Yeah,
25,000.
okay.
yeah.
So now that we've hit the 25,000, we have interest.
And I will tell you that that money that sits in that account, it is in a separate account on campus. And so your scholarship money, you do not have to send that from your Booster Club account here anymore to Stillwater. So that money stays there. You guys can't touch it unless it's for scholarships. So yeah, so you won't have to pay out of your Booster Club account anymore. So that's all.
That's just a separate thing.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. That's kind of exciting. Yes.
Okay, backing into the numbers a little bit. Normally, we have a Citizens Washington
Okay.
focus
CWF.
that runs $800 to $1,600
Get down.
expend each year, but we're not doing that this year because COVID. I went from February of last year to February of this year and ran down the expenses. And the reason I picked February to February is because we hadn't been hit by COVID yet, and that's as close as we could get where we had normal expenses. We actually had 2 different roundup pizzas for about $60 each. One was 60, one was 67.14. I think that just happened to be timing. Half of summer camp 2 years ago, because we didn't have one last year, was $1,382. Half of roundup was $678.25, which we didn't have this year because it was virtual. Half of SEAC, Southeast Youth.
Action conference.
Yeah, that thing
Just say yeah.
was $270, which you're doing virtually this year, right?
Yeah.
So there's no expense there either, but just running what our normal year's expenses would be of things that kind of normally taking out that Citizen Washington fund we'd expect in the next year to spend somewhere around $2,457.39, kind of on a normal year. I'm figuring no fundraising, because so far we have some ideas, but obviously we didn't have a pie and cake auction like we normally do at the county fair. There's a good chance we're not going to have any concession stands. What we have in our account right now, keep in mind that expected expenditures, if things go well, will be about $2,457. Our account right now has $3,423.86 in it.
How much?
$3,423.86.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Our last expenditure was back in June. Last income was even further back than that. Oh wait, that was our last income was in June. Last expenditure was further back than that. So now it takes us about $1,000 to run a concession stand.
I don't know that that's gonna happen this year.
But we don't want to go below $1,000 because then we couldn't do it next year either, or the year after that, or the year after that, without it coming out of somebody's pocket to be reimbursed later.
Well, so
Hopefully
that
they
was
have
all through
insurance.
district attorney, that was Carol's, the district attorney, yeah. And it has, you're in the fair board, you know more than I do.
It boiled down to having food handlers licenses and something that's certified. On a normal basis, I think everybody is very, very aware that we fly very fast and loose. I don't know if this kitchen's inspected, but even if it is, it isn't inspected the same way that Mazio's is.
This one's inspected, they
Yeah,
have a
this one
license
has to.
tagged, but the one out there in the barn is not.
And
And
they
then,
happen to bring it up
trust me,
to
they're not
code.
going to.
And either way,
Yeah.
your food inspection is invalid unless you have people with a food
Food
handler's
handler's
license.
license, you're right.
So,
And it was the district attorney, she came, her and the commissioner, and that's kind of what, liability wise, that's kind of what was said and done.
So when we get past some of the COVID excitement, once we get past some of that, we'll be back into business again, there's no intention for it to be any other way.
Mhm.
It's just right now, there's a lot of fears that go along with it. Everybody's on heightened edge and
Well, I'm surprised because even the football games that we're going to and stuff is not. When we put it, they're having a concession stand, but it's all prepackaged. It's not food.
And had we had seen that a little bit more when we had our county fair, I think we could have ran a concession stand
Yeah.
with all packaged items,
Mhm.
nothing
Well,
cooked,
like it-
nothing heated.
For football games, instead of pizza they used to buy and sell by the slice, they bring in Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Because they're all
They're
individually
pre-wrapped,
wrapped.
and I don't think they sell popcorn.
Yeah,
And
no
then I-
popcorn.
Well, and we've been to a couple of volleyball games and it's microwave, you get the whole bag.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, nowhere
So-
that we've been this summer has been that way, and they've all been 4-H and FFA grant.
Well, and it's not 4-H or FFA that put those restrictions on, because Fair Board is
Right,
their
it's the county,
own
right.
entity,
Right.
and yeah.
And it was kind
And
of
same
beyond
with
that.
livestock show, and that's all run by Fair Board,
Right.
so.
Having been there, we were lucky we had one. No
Right.
more counties shut down the county fair than didn't.
Mhm.
It was
To
the
be honest,
intention.
He didn't make much, so I don't even know that we would even make that $1,000
That
back.
was the show, I mean, I didn't see anybody go over
No.
there,
Right,
but
right.
they were there.
So it's kind of good we got a buy on it. At least this time.
Yeah.
Because some of the expenses we've had in previous years that we didn't have is buying all the leftovers from the county fair. And oh my gosh, that could have been big this time.
Yeah.
So we're in positive numbers, but we're basically, if things kind of go good for us, we're out of money.
Which I have some ideas to run by you guys for some fundraising, but I think we're gonna table that to the next meeting, because it is almost 7:30 and I don't wanna take much of your time. But if you guys want to start generating some ideas for,
Down the road.
yeah, I've got some good ones that I've seen done and stuff, virtually, and they've had some big profit off of them. So we can table that till next meeting, but just maybe come back with some ideas to talk about.
Okay, so just to reiterate, we talked a little bit about Pumpkin Fair, even Saturday. That is just a 4-H activity. It is not open to the public, so it'll just be 4-Hers. October's National 4-H Week, so continue to think outside the box with that. I believe our state officers have got some things planned too, so you might just kind of watch for those things. I try to repost that kind of stuff. Yes, are we doing Tractor Supply?
Yes, that is on the 10th, and I'm gonna ask them to see it on the calendar.
Probably.
Okay, yes, the 10th.
But make sure no bake sale.
Yes, there will be no bake sale and there will be no selling of hot dogs. It's purely gonna be us helping kids or customers with their carts.
Normally 10 to 2, but
Yes.
Well, if we do 10 to 2, do we need to possibly block out, kind of spread people out, maybe do
We can
an
do
hour or
that.
2 at a time?
We've tried that before and it's never worked.
Yeah, but we haven't been in COVID.
No, we have not. Yes, we can do
send
that.
something out and spread it out.
Yeah, we can do that. But yes, we do have that day. Also, one of the last thing I want to bring up for us to kind of think on for the next meeting. Usually every year for Operation Christmas, we do a coat drive. Peggy does not want coats this year. She said we are not doing that. So we're gonna have to come up with something else to donate for coat drive. She kind of gave me some ideas. I know that Staley OHE is doing peanut butter, so we can do jelly if we want. They're donating peanut butter. So she said we can donate jelly. We can donate canned foods. They're always looking for canned foods. And then they're always looking for toys from babies all the way to 17-year-olds, and then school supplies. So we can choose one of those. We can do a smorgasbord of things, but we are not doing coats. So if you guys can think of anything that we can donate from 4-H Operation Christmas, we can talk about that next meeting, but it's coming up fast. So yeah, that's where we stand.
Alex?
Yes.
My kids in the past have pushed for teen reading books because they always run out of the teen materials, and that would be good for the kids to do. And because you get lots of baby stuff, but not so much teen.
That's a good idea.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Well, and I think so too. And I brought that up to Peggy, and she was said, "Oh no, I get books from the libraries." But
Yeah,
I
but
don't
she
know what
also
they're
gets
doing,
used
so
in old books instead of new books.
Yeah, so I think that's great,
Just because
Tammy.
you're poor doesn't mean you want used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's great, Tammy. So, if we want to do that,
Well, they give 2 or 3.
what'd she say?
They give 2 or 3 to each kid. So I mean, we've worked it and got crap for the kids. So my kids took it to heart, and we started collecting on our own. So.
Okay.
And this is a thought. Some of our younger kids could do toys for the Cloverbud ages if they wanted to, and then we can do both. We do toys and we could do teen books.
And then she also told me when it came to toys that they always get lots of little kid toys and baby toys, but she says like for those older teenage kids, they never get any toys because that's probably because nobody plays with toys when they're teenagers. They want to play games. But she did ask for more of the teen toys too. So
Yeah, they get a lot of cologne and.
If it's not an iPhone, they're not gonna want it.
Okay, Tammy, what were you saying?
The teens always end up with the cologne, body wash.
I think she said body wash.
Oh, cologne and body wash.
What about like a deck of cards or dice or something like that for teens?
Yeah.
Well, they get a family game in their box too. So, but that would be, sometimes it's baby games too, or like puzzles are good because they can work on it with a family, but make them like not baby puzzles.
Yeah.
Real puzzles.
Yeah, like 500 or more pieces or something.
What about dominoes, Tammy?
Dominoes would be good.
Yeah.
Well, and then you can get those board games that are more teen appropriate. You're just gonna have to watch for inappropriate. Just like on your teen books, you need to make sure the language is good in it. My girls have read them and they're like, yeah, we're not donating this. This one's not good.
I can get Lizzie to come up with some.
Romance novels, huh?
Well, just start thinking about that and I'll put some flyer or something together and we can go from there. I just wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were, so. No coat drive though, so please don't collect
I
coats.
think something like, something art-y.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
those
Like a
little
little art
bottles
set or
of craft paints or a little set of,
Okay.
because,
So and they have those little box sets at Walmart too, like the looms and jewelry and.
Yeah,
That'd be for your tweens, man.
yeah, but that, I'm sure, she said the teens, I guess tweens do, they get a lot of like little kid toys, like,
Yeah.
So.
Because, it's hard to tell if a 12-year-old is immature or mature.
yeah. Well, you could do like journals or something, you can get
Yeah.
at Walmart, those nice
Sketchbooks.
little,
Yeah.
then they're not very
Because
expensive.
do the people choose this stuff themselves or does it?
I
No,
don't
I
know.
think
I have no clue. I
that
could
would be a
probably
Tammy
go
question, but
by.
I think, like, I think they box them, like, the ladies come and box them themselves, and then they come and pick them up. Is that right, Tammy? The families don't get to choose what's in their box, right?
Correct. We go through and we see like there's a family of 5. And let's say there's a 2-year-old boy, a 4-year-old girl, a 3-year-old, or and it has the age. So like there might be a 15-year-old boy, and sometimes they'll give like items that they want or are looking for, like a bicycle, and they do put bikes together and stuff like that and get them donated. But like a soccer ball, football, they'll have that kind of thing too. Or if they're into art or something like that, you can give them extra pencils, and they give notebooks and composition books, coloring books, crayons, pens.
So they put
So they give some of those supplies. If you got a diary or a journal, you'd have to make sure it was definitely like go into the notebook area would be the bad part about that.
Because I know Lucy's always wanting journals.
Okay.
And all those color.
Yeah.
codes.
Well, and you can get some nice journals like at Mardell's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those I don't think they'd put in with the school supplies, but everybody gets those, and then they get like a pair of socks. Every kid gets like 2 or 3 pairs of socks depending on how the sock world is going at that day. And then like typically they'll have hats donated and scarves donated, so everybody gets one of those. And you just go around and pick out like 2 or 3 gifts for each person.
And it's,
So,
I believe it's at the discretion of the person that's packing the box, right, Tammy?
right, it's whoever gets that kid luck of the draw. Because I mean, I've gone and done like 10 families in a day. I mean, like half a day or whatever, and then sometimes there's like 20 people there, and
I gotcha.
everybody gets a different family. So, and she just goes through a list, like they'll do Blanchard first, and then Newcastle, and then whatever. So, and then the adults don't get gifts. They have extra stuff out. I don't know if they'll do it this year, but they usually have extra stuff out in the hallway, like that people can pick from if they want to, like decorations and blankets and different things like that.
And another thing, since Tammy's, talked about all this and everything that they give in these things, if we wanted to break it up between clubs, we're more than welcome. So like if, Newcastle wanted to do books, and then, Sharon over here, they wanted to focus more on, games or something, and then Blanchard wanted to focus on canned goods. we can make it a competition if we wanted to, or we can just do the one thing, we pick out teen books and we go for it, I don't know.
Well, and I was gonna say, talk to like our teen officers. Say, okay, think of it this way, what would you want? Because we have the two girls, a little bit different age group, we have Wyatt and Andrew, a little bit difference in age.
True.
Sharon could ask her boys, like Corinne could talk to Brylan and Dylan.
When do they want this?
Because
We have to have this by December, usually we turn it in December, oh man, where's my December?
when you said socks, I'm thinking of like Lucy's always wanting those no-shows. So maybe there's a type of sock that
Like the first week of
boys
December.
like, or, you know.
I don't know when Operation Christmas is this year. I think it's the week of the 14th through the 18th. So usually they want it by at least the 14th, if not the 11th. I
Well,
think they
do
bring
we
everything
want
in on
to,
the
do
14th.
we want one of those to be our October challenge that the kids are wanting to throw out? And then November, we have a different challenge, but it all goes to the same thing? Just a thought. I mean, they could start collecting games in October and then November could be socks, I don't know, or books. And then we turn it all in December and then we get to see Andrew dive into the lake.
Because I noticed the other teams were very
Or
quiet.
sitting in an ice chest of ice. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I want to do it. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
Gracie and Wyatt and Gracie are almost.
and then Andy's like, well, you guys are going to do it with me. And they're like, oh no.
They're all
So,
like, dude. You're on your own.
Yeah, and I can put a poll together and see what we all want to do too. I don't know.
Yeah, ask those kids, see what they want to do, something like that.
Other than that, I have nothing left.
Okay, so on that note then, October 19th would be,
The third Monday of the month.
isn't that right? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
a-
our next meeting.
That would be our next booster meeting. And we can do it just like this, starting at 6:30. We'll have that first box out of the way, planning the next one. So we can bring back our feedback for that on that note. And then hopefully, knock on wood, I don't know, maybe we'll know what else we have going on
We're gonna talk
as
about
far as statewide and everything
Yeah.
like that. Because I'll be honest, having that state president, they're kind of just trying to get done what they need to get done. But as far as future activities, it's kind of dead too. So they're trying to think outside the box. So the leadership conference is Hunter's next main thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna get to relinquish that title, and
I don't know that
Wyatt's running.
I know why it is.
Hey, it's virtual, so you guys can log on your way home from wherever you're at.
Just make sure you register so you can get your free t-shirt.
Yes.
And you and adults can register too.
It should be during fall break, or is your fall
The
break
18th.
different?
Or not the 18th.
Ours is the 16th and the 19th, or Friday, Monday.
It's gonna be on the 15th, October
But
15th.
everybody else does a normal.
It's Thursday.
Oh,
And it's ages 13 and up, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 13 and up can go. So if you've got 13-year-olds, they can go.
Okay, I need a motion.
Oh, I was waving at everybody. I move that we dismiss
Adjourn.
our meeting.
Okay, we're adjourning. Thank you for joining us. It was nice seeing your faces. Here, I'm.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, but I can print them out. Yes, okay, yes. I can
That's a definite meeting.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna end you, Corinne. Have a good one.
Wait, say that again?
Did you record this?
And then
Yes, it's recorded.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
Just push end meeting